So far, retaliatory efforts from the U.S. to these kinds of strikes clearly have not been working. I mean, how concerning is that? We've heard the administration over and over again warn those who want to take advantage of this situation, don't. Those messages aren't landing clearly.
Well, I'd say a couple things. First, we have taken a number of steps, including the movement of carriers, air wings, and others, to keep this war that is being waged now between Israel and Hamas in Gaza from spilling out into a broader conflict, a full-on regional conflagration, which many people in this room were warning about or concerned about when things happened, when this all kicked off on October 7th. Now, that doesn't mean that we are not seeing very alarming behavior, and there are two forms of it in particular that we're focused on. One is attacks by Iranian-enabled and aligned Shia militia groups in Iraq and Syria attacking our forces. We are taking steps to protect our people and to strike back against them. In fact, just yesterday, CENTCOM announced a strike that took out 5 militants that were attempting to attack us with UAVs. And second, we have made clear that the entire world needs to step up together, not the U.S. alone, but all of us working together to deal with this emerging challenge that the Houthis present, backed by Iran. We are going to take appropriate action in consultation with others, and we will do so at a time and place of our choosing.
Go ahead.
Just one other question on this next phase of fighting in Gaza. The administration, you have said that you feel that the Israelis have been receptive to your message to do more to try and limit civilian casualties. You know, they are urging people to move to supposedly safer areas. We're seeing these maps and leaflets that they are sending out. But, you know, it's not clear that those warnings are actually reaching people, given the level of destruction, given communication issues. You know, are you satisfied that this is enough? Are the Israelis doing enough to make sure that people get these messages to limit civilian casualties? And can you really be more targeted in a situation where you have so many people now trying to squeeze into such a small area?
Well, first, the pause ended on Friday. It's Monday. And over the course of the weekend, we've seen basically 48 to 72 hours of activity. So it's too soon for me to sit here and tell you that I'm going to pass some comprehensive judgment. What I'm going to do instead is what I did earlier today. I'm going to talk to my Israeli counterparts about what they are doing to target Hamas and what they are doing to try to protect civilians. Now, as you noted, they have actually taken the quite unusual step for a modern military and identified precisely the area that they intend to have ground maneuver. And they have asked the people in that area to move out. Now, combined with that, we are working very hard to ensure a sustained flow of humanitarian assistance in through the Rafah border crossing so that as people leave these areas, there is food, water, medicine, shelter for them to be able to avail themselves of. But it's a dynamic situation, and we will keep watching and keep measuring day by day and stay in persistent contact with the Israelis as we reinforce the basic point. They have every right to go after the Hamas terrorists who committed this brutal massacre on October 7th and who continue to fire rockets just in the last hours at civilian areas in Israel. But they also have a responsibility to try to protect civilians. These are the kinds of steps that we have asked them to undertake. These are the conversations we're having day in, day out. And I'll keep coming back to this podium to report on those developments as we go. But I'm not going to sit here on Monday and pass some kind of comprehensive judgment.